All right, and hello everyone out there in the streaming and podcast world. My name is Techie.
And I'm Talon.
How we going, mate? How we
I'm
going?
enjoying my omelette right now. It is freaking delicious.
Yum.
Omelettes for dinner, man. It's a bloody cold night, and just want to give a forewarning for all our viewers in that please stay safe. There has been a public health alert announcement for the Brisbane area. I've only just been made aware of it. Luckily, I checked out the content tracing locations. Both myself and Techie have not been to any of those locations because, yeah, we don't have a life. Kidding. But please stay safe. Please stay safe. Especially nowadays. That's probably the best thing I can recommend.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right. Do you want to get into this straight off the bat?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Now, just letting you know now, guys, before we go ahead, we do have some Supernova updates, but we will get into that later in the show. If you are interested, stay tuned. But on top of that, if you missed last night's Disney Plus recap show, we spoke about Loki and we went way off track a lot.
We're so sorry about that.
For that. But, we haven't done one about a month and we were a bit rusty at the Disney Plus recap show.
Yeah, give us a break.
So we'll be back in full swing with the Disney Plus recap show next week. Again, that will be roughly, what do you reckon, 7:30, 8 o'clock?
About 7:30, 8 o'clock. Good time for people.
Yeah, on Saturday nights. Yeah. All right. Let's get into this. So, our first topic for the night that we're going to talk about is we got some set photos of The Flash.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't Michael Keaton just look amazing?
He hasn't aged a day.
He's like friggin' It's another actor that just doesn't. He's like Patrick Stewart. It's like Patrick doesn't even age.
Yeah.
Or even Keanu Reeves, for example. Keanu Reeves doesn't age.
Keanu Reeves doesn't age. I think Billy Joe Armstrong doesn't age.
No.
He looks exactly the same as he always has.
Or even fucking what? Woody Harrelson doesn't age as well.
You know who looks like he has always? And we're forgetting him. He's a big MCU person now.
Robert Downey Jr.
No, that's Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah, Paul Rudd. Is he like in his like 40s, close to 50s?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with Chris Evans as well. Like Chris Evans, like minus him changing his hair color, the guy looks the same, and he's like he's in his 40s now, and he's buff as hell.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, Avril Lavigne has not aged at all with her new TikTok video that she's posted. I agree with that one.
She posted her first ever TikTok video with Tony Hawk, and they did Skater Boy, which I found absolutely hilarious. So
that's what
we've got 3 people in. We've got a comment here from Eris. Judging by her TikTok, Avril Lavigne doesn't age either. No, that's a cool thing. But back to
So there's the photos.
This photo. So you're just gonna do a screen share of that?
No, I'm not going to do that. I was just thinking because they are technically
leaks. Yeah, we don't really want to get in trouble.
Look, we did it a couple of weeks ago with Indiana Jones, but that was also coming from newspaper sources.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. Yeah, I'm actually interested to see. Like, I really love the car. Like his it's not the Batmobile, which I'm very excited about.
We'll see that eventually. I reckon as soon as that comes out full swinging, we'll see it.
You reckon it'll be the 89? You're going to be the 1989 Batmobile?
I don't know because we don't know what Earth, what year this one's taking place.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we know he's wearing his 1992 suit. Like that's a given.
Yeah.
It'll like it won't be the actual suit because that actual suit has pretty much disintegrated because of the suits that were made back then. They all start to disintegrate.
Urethane doesn't end up being treated well.
Urethane does. Yeah, I mean, I know for a fact, and I would love it if when they do his suit again, it's the 1992 suit, but it's just upgraded because he can't have just been hanging around Gotham wearing the same suit. He's had to have upgraded it over the years because if it is the Batman of that Earth from the 89 universe, because they did say that in Crisis as well.
Yeah.
Then of course they will, show that. And the good thing is, I really want to see an updated Batmobile, but keep the look of the 89 Batmobile because out of every single Batmobile, that by far is my most favorite. I love that Batmobile to death. It's one of my most favorite cars that's ever done for Batman. Like hands down. There's no other car. I don't think there's any other car that's ever beaten it. Minus what is it? Minus some of the animated series ones.
For me, my favorite Batmobile is the 66 Batmobile.
Ah, yes, the old classic convertible. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like the Batman Forever one. I like that car.
It's all right. The wings were too big for me.
The wings were a little too big for me. I would have cut them down. I actually had a talk with a friend of mine about, like, what if you had to go into like a small tunnel? Like, what can happen? He's just going to sacrifice the wings. Also, the funny thing is the wings actually part away from each other. I saw that in a particular scene, but we will get into a bit of news about Batman Forever. Yeah, I know the movie came out decades ago, but there's
been a recent update. Yeah,
there's been a recent update.
But look, with that car that we see, it kind of had Batman Beyond vibes.
Yes, that's what's giving me vibes about not just the car, but also Bruce's look as well. Like, we're going to see Terry McGinnis. Like, we don't know exactly.
No, exactly. What would be really cool is if we had what was his name? Who played Robin in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin? What was his name?
Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, if he came back.
I don't think he would because it has been decades. And the funny thing is, he actually.
Do you ever think we get Michael Keaton to come back though?
That is true. I mean, we can't exactly get Val Kilmer to come back because his like voice is like completely shot to hell. He can't really speak properly anymore because he had cancer of the throat and he had to get surgery, and it's really messed up his voice. But like we get Michael Keaton back, and the thing is, Michael Keaton has always wanted to return to Batman because he was originally meant to do Batman Forever with Tim Burton, but they wanted to go in a new direction, and he only did 2 films.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't understand, but at the same time, you know, productions change, actors change roles. It happens. Batman's had so many different actors play him. Also, seriously, we've also had so many actors play Superman.
We have not as many as Batman, though.
Not as many as Batman. Batman's had so many actors play him. Like, to think, not a lot of people talk about the actors that played him before Adam West because, well, they weren't really that good. The Batsuits they had back then, Christ, they were terrible. I hated them.
From Batman 1949.
Yeah. Oh. It didn't even look like a batsuit. It looked like pajamas.
Like, hang on a second.
Oh no. What have you got? Oh no. No. What have you got, Techie? What have you got?
So you're talking from these eras?
Oh. Those eras. Oh god, I don't like them. I just think the suits look like, trust me, I've listened to YouTube videos. They talk about the suits and just how impractical they were. Like, fight scenes in those suits are the worst because, seriously, the actor would be fighting and his cape would get caught in front of him and he just had to keep pushing his cape out of the way. And I'm just like, because that's because they're connected to the cowl. And also, the cowl didn't have the pointed ears going up. It had, like, little, like, horns going out the side, like, out the front. I'm like, what the fuck? Also, there was one scene I laughed at the most where he's climbing down like a sky, like down a fire escape, and his cigarettes fall out of his bag, out of his utility belt. He's an actor, he's smoking because back then the actors used to smoke a lot. I just find that deeply hilarious. It's interesting as well because just Batman's had such an interesting history, but I think the suit got perfection when Adam West came in. They actually made a proper cowl. Like, the technology back then was so different. Like, way before we got the huge upgrade in Batman 1989, then even more of a further upgrade when we got to Batman in 1992. They actually made his cowl more profile. It went from being just like muscles and that to actually being like armor. It's why it's one of my favorites. I love the 89 suit, but I've always appreciated the 1992 suit. Also, like, you can't beat Michelle Pfeiffer and as Catwoman, and you can't beat Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Though I'm interested to see how Colin Farrell does, and also Zoe Kravitz does in the Batman with Pattinson. I'm interested to see their version of Penguin.
I have a love-hate relationship with Gotham.
Yeah, I know that the actor that played the Penguin in that, he did a really good job.
He did a phenomenal job. I loved his Penguin. But it was the rest. It was the rest. It was the rest of the storyline.
Mr. Freeze in that. I didn't like Mr. Freeze.
What is going on with your camera?
Oh, I just fixed up the camera, that's all.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I was just adjusting it, that's all.
Okay.
But the thing is, I just didn't like some of the design. I didn't like the story because a lot of his villains were being introduced when Bruce was still like a kid.
I liked it when they brought in Cat.
Yeah, when they brought in Selena
Carr. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense because
they're meant as kids.
They're the same age. But for me, it came, I think it was like episode 4, and they went, hi, I'm Harvey Dent. I'm like,
what?
You're a fucking lawyer already?
Like, dude, he met Batman when he was a young man, and Batman was already grown up. He was already an adult. So why is he meeting him now? Like, he's already a lawyer. Then, like, by the time...
And then don't get me started on Jerome.
Oh, God, Jerome. I know a lot of people really love Jerome. Some people do. Some people don't. It's mixed. I
don't because, well, Bruce is still fucking young.
Yeah,
but anyway.
But the thing is, he wasn't the Joker. He never was.
No.
It was actually Jeremiah who eventually becomes the Joker. The Joker had a name. See, the thing is, I understand where the creators are coming from with Batman and, him having a name. Joker's had a name. No one knows what his name is in the comics because he literally destroyed all records of his name. That's why he's one of Batman's most... And him having a name.
That's weird.
Joker's had a name. Oh, dear. What happened there?
Sorry. Started playing our video.
Was it on Facebook? Oops, it's okay. But so honestly, I'm excited to see The Flash. I mean, the director honestly showed off a bunch of them.
We've got new photos as well.
Yeah, of Sasha.
Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl. But it's not the version I thought they were doing. It's completely different. It's based off Injustice. The Injustice.
Yeah, I was really hoping it was the Kara Zor-El from Man of Steel.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's still connected to Henry Cavill Superman because of the suit. The suit is basically kind of based on Cavill's, which I'm actually very happy about. I'm also excited to see not a blonde version of Supergirl. Remember, I love how Supergirl's gone CW. Like especially with her original suit. I'm not a fan of the season 4 suit. I actually like her skirt suit because it's iconic. But I'm actually interested to see this version because one, she looks very different to any other version of Supergirl for the first time, and also it's not blonde hair; it's just black, short pixie cut, and it really suits her. I also like the contrast between the red and the blue and the S symbol, the House of L symbol, separating the two and keeping it nice and flush. Obviously, we haven't seen her with a cape yet because I think it
was the same with when they did Man of Steel. So all we got was we didn't see a cape with set photos because they CGI it in later.
Yeah, but the thing is, Cavill's suit actually has a practical cape for certain shots.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, for certain shots. Yeah, and I think that's the same with her though. Like there are certain shots where they will use a practical cape, but 90% of the time it's all CGI.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can't exactly, actors can't really. There's no person that can actually fly on their own. It's impossible. You can't do it. But it also just makes it easier for the actor to work because then they can do all the flying scenes and that. But then when they match it up with the movements as well. But also, I like how they give him a practical cape. Like, hey, here's a practical cape. It's the same thing with Ben Affleck's Batman. There are certain scenes where his cape is off, and then there's scenes where he has his cape on. And I can understand why they take the cape off. Christ almighty, those capes are heavy. They're very heavy. Batman's was heavy. Like Batfleck's was a very heavy cape because it literally drapes on the ground. It's meant to look like a leather cape, like a bat, and it's interesting. I loved the first time I saw Ben Affleck's bat suit. I was very happy, and I'm excited to see him in the Flash again. I really am. I'm excited to see Ben Affleck's Batman in the Flash because he is signed on. Like it's official. He is. He
is signed on. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the thing is, like everyone's like, oh, we're gonna see like a set photo of him. I'm like, no, because we already know what the suit looks like, unless he wears a different suit. But the thing is, I want to see set photos.
I don't think he'll be in it for long.
No, I don't think he'll be in it long. From what we know, hell, do you even think that Michael Keaton might not even be playing Bruce Wayne?
No, I think he will be.
Maybe, but
because they've teased everything else. They've teased everything else with the 89 stuff.
Yeah, the thing is with me is he could play a pretty good Thomas Wayne.
That's true.
I mean, he could really do the job, like perfectly.
However, we've already had Thomas Wayne once before. We got it in BVS.
We got it in BVS, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, which I'm so annoyed they missed out on a great actor who has played anti-heroes before. He's played friggin' the comedian. And I'm like, you look at him and you're like, wait a minute, you're not going to do Thomas Wayne with Jeffrey Dean Morgan? The guy's amazing. He could fucking kill. He even wants to. He actually wants to. I look like, what's funny? With this microphone, I look like I'm about to take a McDonald's order. Would you like fries with that? Hello, what can I get for you? Well, no, I feel kind of annoyed at DC.
So we'll get into that too. So
yeah,
DC Warner Brothers this week with DC Studios have taken off Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck's Batman and Superman. off their
Such a missed
photos,
opportunity.
and replaced it with Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeve instead.
Yeah, I saw
But yet has
that.
the rest of the DCEU stuff.
I know. I'm like, I don't get
Picturing.
it. Like, they're the current Batman and the current Superman. Like, Keaton and like I got it. I saw that advertisement. I'm like, wait a minute, why are they like you already have a Batman, you have a Superman. Like Reeves' Superman died decades ago, and Keaton hasn't been Batman since freaking 1992. Why were they put in? Like, I understand they're iconic. You could literally have them as iconic, but like, why picture them with why picture them with the rest of the Justice League that's part of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Why them? They're not part of it. They never were. So I didn't get it, and I can understand people's frustration.
This brings me some questions with what we're going to get in the multiverse stuff with the Flash, because we know that Keaton's coming back.
We know Keaton can't come back as full time as Batman. The guy's like what, like in his like 60s?
Yeah, but dude, at the same time though, we're getting Indy 5, and we're also getting.
And Harrison Ford's like triple the age of fucking Michael Keaton.
So if he can do it, I'm pretty sure Michael Keaton can definitely come.
I know, but also Michael.
We saw him not that long ago in Homecoming.
Yeah, I know, but also he's meant to be in Morbius as well. He's meant to be in Morbius, a Living Vampire as well. He's meant to be teased in that. He was showed the trailer they showed off. Like he's tied on. Like I find it funny that he's been on both worlds. Same thing with Lawrence Fishburne as well. Like Lawrence was in he's Perry White in Superman, but he's also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's in DC as well. He plays like Giant Man, I think.
James Gunn too. Going from Guardians of the Galaxy to
Suicide Squad. Yeah,
but
no, I just don't understand DC's ridiculous choice here. They made a decision to replace Henry Cavill's Superman, which, mind you, Cavill's Superman is by far my favorite. He really is Superman, just like how Christopher Reeve was. Reeve's Superman is iconic. He'll always be iconic. I love Reeve's Superman, and I do dearly miss him. That whole accident on the horse thing, that really sucked, because I would have loved to have seen more with his Superman. And also, I would have loved him to meet up with Keaton's Batman, because that was rumored. Actually, they wanted to do it.
Yeah,
it was rumored. But then,
this brings me to my question: is that they've put up these signs. Either A, in this Flash movie, this is the way they're going to boot out Ben Affleck. They're going to bring back Michael Keaton as Batman.
You can't just you've already got
Then it's going to be hard, but we've seen it before, and it depends on what his family agreed to. But do you think they could resurrect Christopher Reeve, like they did with Peter Cushing in Rogue One?
I don't know. I don't know even Reeves would even Reeves' family would even let him. They haven't touched anything to do with Reeves' Superman in almost close to 50 years.
I mean, they've touched it. They've touched it, definitely. Obviously they do re-releases and everything like that.
Yeah, they've got Cavill there. Cavill is literally deserving of a freaking Superman sequel. You give one to Wonder Woman, you give one to Aquaman, you're giving one to the Flash. Why is Superman not getting a sequel? Fucking hell, even Superman's one of DC's most iconic characters of all time. He's and you're telling me that you're going to give a sequel to Aquaman and freaking Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's already had a sequel, Wonder Woman 1984. Sadly, they didn't really do well as the first film. I know a lot of people. I haven't seen it personally. But I've seen Aquaman, and I probably will see Aquaman 2, even though I don't really want to support it because of freaking Amber Heard. But at the same time, though, I really want to see Jason Momoa again because I love Momoa. And I really want to see a Flash, but I really want to see a Superman sequel. I mean, for God's sake, they're already talking about replacing him and having, an African American Kal-El. I'm like, why? That I don't understand. You already got Cavill here. Cavill is literally the best actor at the moment. The guy is literally the Witcher. And you're telling me that you're just going to ignore him and not make him a Superman sequel instead of recast him? Why, DC? Yeah. God, DC is just as bad as friggin' as Supernova. Look, honestly, DC makes these dickhead decisions, and I never understand why they do it. I mean, for God's sake, they literally ignoring all the Zack Snyder fans, which restore the Snyderverse because everyone wants Snyder back. Yeah. And like DC's got a gold mine there. Like his thing, Snyder wants to come back and and make his universe. Yeah. I really don't like how they said, Zack Snyder's Justice League is the end of the Justice League. We're moving on. I'm like, no, because Snyder's got all these plans to do, he
literally set everything up for you.
Yeah, no, he set up perfectly. And they're like, oh, we're going to continue on and do our thing. And, oh, yeah, we're going to release a 4K cut of Whedon's Justice League. And I'm like, why? Oh, we like this version. You guys are idiots. Like, these are coming from the same company that did not understand the Flash going back in time scene. They didn't understand that. And I'm like, ow, do you not, you guys are DC. You guys literally have the Flash here. You have CW. You don't understand why the Flash goes back in time? Didn't you create the Flash? You literally produce him. He's part of your freaking he's part of your glossary of characters. How do you not understand the Flash?
Exactly.
That's such a dumb. It's literally oh, we don't understand why Batman throws batarangs. Oh, we don't understand why Batman fights criminals. I'm like, because he's a superhero? Oh, well, what makes the Flash a superhero? Oh, but why does the Flash run back in time? Because he can. He's literally that fast. But no, instead in Justice League, the fucking Whedon shit cut. Oh, let's make him push a truck and save from some random Russian family. And oh yeah, he gets jealous of Superman lifting a building. I'm like, they made Flash in Whedon's cut the most weakest fucking character. Everybody was just weak. I'm sorry. And they literally made Superman OP as fuck. More OP than what he should be. Yeah. And also I understand I didn't like how they cut a lot of the Wonder Woman scene because I watched a VFX Reacts on Corridor Digital on YouTube. Really good guys. They actually did a breakdown of both the cuts of the film between the Whedon cut and the Snyder cut. The opening battle we get is so much more better in Snyder cut because it's just longer. There's 4 hours of footage here, and you're telling me that you decided to cut it and make it in almost just a 2-hour film. That's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, yeah. All right, we really need to move on.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so this is one mostly for me because you haven't been able to see this yet.
No, I have not seen it yet. Are you going to talk about what I think you're going to talk about? You're talking about iCarly, aren't you?
Yeah. So I've had the chance to see the first 4 episodes of the new iCarly revival.
Allegedly.
No.
I'm kidding.
So the first episode hits off. I will say overall right now, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. I'm glad it's back. But the first episode, so obviously it's been quite a amount of years since iCarly got off the air.
It's been a long time since iCarly got off the air.
Almost, I think, 10 years next year.
It'd be about 10 years since it's been off the air.
Yeah. And Sam's no longer in it, obviously. We've already discussed this on the show before. But we have a new character. I can't remember her name right now. What is her name? It is... where is it?
I can't find it.
No, I can't.
Oh no. Hopefully you find it.
And a second, I think I might have it.
Yeah, awesome.
That's right. So Carly's new roommate and best friend, her character name is Harper, and she is played by Lacey Mosley. We also have another character called Millicent Benson.
Okay, so these are all new characters coming into the show.
Played by Jaden Triplett. And it is Freddie's adopted stepdaughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they really have all grown up, haven't they?
Pretty much, yeah. So the first episode starts out that Carly's getting ready for her boyfriend to come over, and she turns on the lights, and Spencer's there painting naked with a apron on.
Yeah.
Typical iCarly stuff. Then pretty much the boyfriend comes over, and she teases about him proposing. But it's not proposing for marriage, it's proposing for a new web show instead. And they sit down, and he ends up breaking up with her live on air.
Oh yeah, I remember you were telling me that. I was just like, oh my god, that's gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't even know that they were recording, and I bet you when he found it, he's like, oh shit.
Pretty much. And Freddie and Spencer were watching it all unfold, and they've tried to sneak in and tried to turn off the live stream from the phone.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, no. So
that's the worst thing. Like it especially happens for us. Like I'll have like every single thing like saying, "Hey, I'm streaming," but then I'll still have family walk in, and like I'm literally looking at you, and I'm like, cut, mute me, and I tell them like I literally look, I'm like, I'm recording, go away. It annoys me.
So I'm just going to give you guys the synopsis of the first. Well, I haven't got the synopsis for the fourth episode for some reason.
Maybe maybe I haven't finished filming it yet. Oh,
well, I watched the first. I watched episode 4 this week. So the first episode is called "I Start Over." So Carly has moved back to Seattle and is living in the same building with her new friend Harper. Spencer has become rich after accidentally creating a thought-provoking sculpture. And his second divorce and a failed tech startup, Freddie has returned to living with his mother, with his adopted stepdaughter, Millicent. Carly expects her boyfriend to ask her to start a new web show with her, but is devastated when he breaks up with her. Yeah. After falling into a depression, she attempts to get back at her ex by starting her own web show. Freddie suggests that she revives iCarly, as Sam is traveling with a biker gang called the Obliterators. She becomes the sole host of iCarly and restarts the web show, but for adults, and receives rave reviews and high viewership.
Huh, that works.
The second episode is while attempting to track down the identity of one of her haters, Carly dates a man who supposedly never seen her web show, but is horrified to learn that he is actually a stalker and the iCarly hater in question. Meanwhile, this is the best part of this episode, by the way. Spencer blinds himself with pepper spray and asks Freddie to assist him in day-to-day activities.
How the hell do you blind yourself with... I'm sorry. That's fucking hilarious. How do you blind yourself with freaking pepper spray?
Oh, that scene, because I showed you that scene the other week. And,
yeah. He's like...
we actually get a cameo of one of the old characters. I can't remember the character's name, but it was the character that locked them into a basement. She was obsessed with them and locked them in the basement.
Oh God!
She comes back, and so Carly thinks that she is the new the new Carly hater. And so Spencer tries to defend Carly and tries to put the pepper spray on her, but instead backfires onto him.
Oh dear!
Yeah, it's fantastic. The third episode is called Fox Apologize. While Spencer creates art for an upcoming exhibition, Carly's photo of her looking disgusted after eating a meatball goes viral and is inadvertently seen as a criticism of Spencer's artwork. Carly tries to show her support by attending the exhibition only for him to use it to slander her. Meanwhile, in an attempt to compete with Carly, Millicent accidentally discovers an old post from Freddie saying that he never wanted kids and proceeds to blackmail him for it. as kids these days do.
Kids these days, oh God.
Don't don't get me started on children these days.
That's also a good episode too. They actually kind of bring in a bit of cancel culture stuff into it too.
You know how I said before about how I have family kind of come in? I just had that happen. Oh my God. Oh, I have a freaking sign displayed on the front of my door, and it's like they don't read it. It's like it's right in their face.
Episode 4 is called I Got Your Back. So after enlisting Harper's help for a red carpet event, Carly starts to doubt that Harper understands her best interests and questions their friendship. Meanwhile, Spencer goes to extraordinary lengths to get Freddie his first post-divorce date. And in the end, so with Spencer trying to get Freddie his first post-divorce date, little does he know he actually ended up hiring a prostitute.
So this really is an adult series. This really is.
Yeah. So he thinks he's like hiring like this like actress type thing, right? And no, it ends up costing him fortunes every time Freddie's going out on a date with this girl because it's a prostitute.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh God. How do you
Yeah. But yeah, no, so it is definitely a lot more adult.
I definitely think I gotta watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
It comes out on Paramount Plus. Does that come to Australia?
Yeah, August.
Okay, so we've got a while to wait. Got like another month. So iCarly.
Yeah, I definitely give these first 4 episodes at least, an 8 out of 10.
So they're that good?
Yeah, it's the exact same show that we grew up with on Nickelodeon.
Different. Yeah.
Just a little bit more adultish.
Yeah. A little more
so yeah, definitely go check out the new iCarly.
Yeah, so I probably will. Definitely will check it out when it comes out in August.
Yeah, definitely do it.
All right. So what we got next?
We got.
Oh, hang on. A bit of a...
It's a show.
You're okay.
We're good.
Yeah, you had to kind of short it out for a second.
Yeah, so
we're back now. Well,
it's a good. We're going into the DC world again. And it's a show that is near and dear to both me and Talon's heart, and it's making a revival, but in animated form.
Oh, somebody save me! So, I think you told me about it, and then
we did it closing our Supernova talk just to go out on a high note to make it nice at the end because it broke while we were doing that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting an animated Smallville series, and it's in development with the original cast coming back.
Yeah, so the original cast coming back. Tom Welling,
obviously, except for Chloe, I think.
Yeah, the actress that played. Oh yeah, she's in prison at the moment. But again, she kind of started losing interest towards the end of the series, anyway. So like, it doesn't really matter because like that's. I mean, let me see. Let me see about the actor that played her.
I don't think she's in prison, but I know she's in a lot of trouble.
Give me a second.
What I'm hoping.
Yeah, Alison Christie Mack.
Yeah, Alison Mack. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is what happened with her.
So it wasn't just her. Did you know that? You know that Kristen Kreuk was also in that cult.
Yeah, he was.
But she got out.
So in as of on May 20th, 2021, it was announced that Mack's sentencing will take place on June 30th, 2021. If convicted, Mack faced a minimum of 15 years to life in prison.
Are you reading from Variety 10 hours ago?
No, I'm reading from Wikipedia.
There's some new stuff that's come out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh my God, I'm checking.
10 hours ago, 13 hours ago.
2 days, 7 hours ago. How does she express regret? This is coming from comic book CBR.com.
Alison Mack, former small actress, has addressed a letter to those hurt by her involvement in a sex trafficking cult ahead of her sentencing. Like, come on. How do you go from being, like a talented actress to running a fucking sex cult? Like,
so I've got from Deadline. So mere days after federal prosecutors recommended that Alison Mack receive leniency for her involvement with Nexivum cult, the former Smallville actress and her attorneys have directly requested no time behind bars.
what?
It is now of paramount importance for me to say from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry, said a letter from Mack herself, accompanying sentencing guideline recommendations from her attorneys. I threw myself into the teachings of Keith Raniere with everything I had. I believe wholeheartedly that that his mentorship was leading me to a better, more enlightened version of myself. I devoted my loyalty, my resources, and ultimately my life to him. This was the biggest mistake and regret of my life, Mack added.
Yeah, biggest mistake because she's literally facing like 15 years to life in prison if she's convicted.
Yeah, so Mack is scheduled for sentencing on June 30th. The FBI arrested her in Brooklyn on April 20th, 2018. Yeah. God, that only seems like 2 months ago that this all happened.
It's actually a couple of years ago.
I remember it unfolding back then. So on charges of sex trafficking conspiracy, and forced labor conspiracy, pertaining to her role in Nexivum, while the organization founded by Keith Raniere claimed for many years to be a multi-level marketing company that labeled ultimately belied much more sinister activity on the part of Raniere.
Like, I'm sorry, like, how in the love of God do you think it's a multi-level marketing company, but it's actually a fucking sex trafficking cult? That is ridiculous. And come on, you're telling me she didn't know? Oh, I call bull on that one. She knew. She fucking knew. Come on.
Dave Mack pleaded guilty to racketeering charges in April of 2019 and could serve between 14 and 17 years behind bars. Prosecutors recommended leniency given her cooperation in the investigation of Raniere, which ultimately contributed to his conviction. The key asset at Mack's disposal in this respect was an audio tape, played on numerous occasions during Raniere's trial, in which the convicted sex trafficker discussed branding his initials on female cult members he groomed as slaves. Raniere was sentenced to 120 years in prison last year, after being convicted on charges of sexual exploitation of a child, sex trafficking conspiracy, forced labor conspiracy, racketeering conspiracy, wire fraud conspiracy, and more. So I think it's safe to say she will not be returning in the Smallville series.
I think they'll probably just get another actress to voice Chloe if Chloe's in it, which I don't know if she would be because, well, it might be. I don't know what the story is going to be about. Like, is it going to be about him as Superman? I'm not 100% sure.
It's funny because I remember, was it last year? No,
there was a 20 series.
Oh, yeah, but I was thinking more of when Tom Welling was here, he was asked if there would be another revival, and he's like, no, I'm never doing it again.
And, well, the thing is, with
here
this,
we are.
It's not like, now he is, but the thing is, it's not like a live action one. It's literally just, it's literally just something else entirely. It's an animated version, which I'm actually for because, like, why not? Like, an animated version.
It says here, after a surprise reprisal on the CW's Arrowverse crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Smallville fans can look forward to even more of Tom Welling's Clark Kent in the future.
Yeah.
In a new cameo post, the actor stated that an animated sequel series to Smallville is in the works, with actor Michael Rosenbaum also attached to reprise his role as Lex Luthor. Michael Rosenbaum and I are actually working on an animated series to bring those characters back to life and use as many of the original cast members as possible.
Yeah.
Keyword there was as possible because I think they know that Chloe's not coming in. Welling said, don't tell anybody though, it's a secret, we're still working on it. Welling's cameo found its way onto Twitter. In the video, Welling also hinted at a potential Smallville marathon happening in the future. though the actor didn't provide details. With only Welling's tease to go off of, it's uncertain whether the Smallville animated series will retell events of the original series or pick the story up where things left off, with Clark officially holding the mantle of Superman. It says here, DC has also expanded on the story of Smallville before, running a comic series titled Smallville Season 11 that picked up after Season 10's final moments.
Yeah, it was literally, they did a continuation in a comic book form, and I really loved it. But
like within a month after the show finished, I think it started.
Yeah, because the one thing that still annoys me to this day with Tom Welling is him not actually wearing a suit, and they had a CGI in.
It looked so bad too.
It looked bad, but at the time, you got to think though, the year they did that was so long ago.
2011.
Yeah, it's like almost close to like 10 years. So the technology was different back then compared to
yeah,
now.
but also then though, like it was only 2 years before Man of Steel.
True, but the thing is,
and they would have started filming Man of Steel in 2012, the year after.
Yeah, I don't know what year they did Man of Steel. I thought it was like 2016 they did Man of Steel.
2013, dude.
Was it 2013 and they did Man of Steel? Jesus.
2013.
Yeah, it was 2013.
Yep. But no, I have to say, I cannot wait for this to happen. I'm a huge lover of Smallville.
Well, you know that scene where he literally reveals the suit. He actually wore the suit for that shot. Yeah, but not him actually in a full suit. I didn't understand it. Like, I didn't understand Tom Welling's decision. I'm just like, wait a minute. Why would you not like put on the suit? Like,
you've been working on the show for 10 years,
and you wouldn't even wear the suit because like you felt like, oh, it's meant to be like Superman's origin. Like, yeah, but he's gonna become Superman. Did you not get the memo? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But look, I met Tom Welling a couple of years back. Honestly, he's the nicest dude I've ever met. Same with Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Michael Rosenbaum, though, fantastic. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met in my entire life.
I find it funny as well that not only does he voice Lex Luthor, but he fucking voices the Flash, like Wally West, the Flash in the Justice League series.
Have you gone to any of his panels at Supernova?
I've been to one of them, and it was a few years ago. I was just curious about it because I just jumped in there and just sat in there, and I was just like, he really is funny.
He just brightens up the room, and he's not like any of the other guests that just sit there and talk about it. He gets up, he gets involved. He goes to people that have questions, and he'll go sit down next to him and ask hold the mic next to him, and then he goes, "That's a really good question." We also, when he was here last, I think it was, we also had John Heder, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh God, yeah.
And he crashed John Heder's seminar, like his talk, and he ended up just started interviewing and playing along with him. It was fantastic to watch. But not only that, though, Michael Rosenbaum also has a podcast called Inside of You, so definitely go check that out. There's been a couple of episodes with Tom Welling in it too, so yeah, highly recommend you to go listen to those. All right, do you want to take a little fiver?
Sure, man. I don't mind taking a quick 5-minute break. Gives me time to kind of chillax and that. But yeah, no, honestly, I'm doing all this DC stuff, man. I'm just excited to be a DC fan.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually really tempted to start Smallville again. I've been looking for a show to binge again.
I honestly just been happy with either playing Uncharted again or waiting for Loki. And honestly, I'm excited more for all the Star Wars stuff to start happening soon.
Me too.
Are we getting any this year? I know we're getting.
Yes.
What are we getting this year?
Well, we've already got
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. Yeah. And December, which is normally Mandalorian spot, we're getting the Book of Boba.
Yes.
So we're not getting Mandalorian until next year.
Which I think is fair, honestly, because it gives them a bit more time. Because, they had such a great season 2, and now I know they're going to ramp it up for fucking season 3. I really hope the Ahsoka series goes well as well. I really want this to be amazing.
Mate, it will be. It's got Dave Filoni attached for it. So
Rosario Dawson, who plays like the first ever version of Ahsoka Tano, and they fucking nailed it. They nailed
wasn't
it.
the first ever version. Don't knock Ashley.
No.
Don't knock Ashley Eckstein.
I'm not knocking Ashley Eckstein. No, I meant to say this is the first ever live action version of Ahsoka Tano. Even Ashley, the voice actor for Ahsoka in the Clone Wars and also the Rebel series, because she voiced in the Rebel series. Yeah, correct. Yeah. She was blown away by the performance. She's like, that. I think everybody was. I think. Do you remember when you first watched the episode and they just showed that forest? Were you just expecting Ahsoka to show up later?
I knew full well that we would be seeing it from the get-go. The title of the episode was called The Jedi.
Even though she's not a Jedi anymore.
Well, no, but in their eyes, she still is.
Yeah, but the thing is, she walked away from the Jedi Order. I think she made a good decision to walk away from the Jedi Order because she knew. She knew. Like, she knew something was wrong. She knew something was happening within the Jedi ranks. And the fact is that and I love what Luke said, in what he said, ironically, in The Last Jedi. I know you and I are not really on good terms with The Last Jedi, but Luke made some very good points in The Last Jedi.
Oh, no, dude, with The Last Jedi, I don't mind it, but it wasn't my favorite.
No, there were some decisions made in The Last Jedi I didn't understand, but some of the things that Luke said to Rey about why the Jedi failed was because of their arrogance. They were so caught up in trying to protect the universe. They were stretched thin, trying to do their job as guardians of the peace. But also, they were literally being used as soldiers in the Clone Wars. And that's exactly what the Emperor wanted. That is exactly what Palpatine wanted, Sidious. Yeah.
Before we go on our break, I also, while we're on the talk of Star Wars, we did get a reveal of another name for Chewie.
Yeah, I saw that today. I had a quick read of that. What was the name of it again? Something.
So, in the short story Tooth and Claw from the new canon book, because we got one earlier, it was called Star Wars from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Now, this one is Star Wars from a certain point of view, The Empire Strikes Back. Which contains 40 short stories celebrating the Empire Strikes Back from the perspectives of various characters during the events of that film. Chewie is given a nickname that emphasizes the impact that he had on in the galaxy. Yeah. One of the most feared bounty hunters of the galaxy, the Trandoshan Bosk, mentions knowing Chewie as Chainbreaker, as he earned that reputation by freeing enslaved Wookiees in his travels.
Yeah, that's what it was, Chainbreaker. I found that really cool because, the Wookiees were enslaved by the Empire, and you actually see a lot of that in Jedi Fallen Order, how, the Empire is literally using the Wookiees on their own.
You see it in Jedi Fallen Order, dude. You see it in the first episode or the second episode of Rebels.
That's right, Rebels as well, yeah.
You also see it in Solo.
Yeah, you see it in Solo. It sucks too because the fucking the Wookiees, they are a really fucking powerful race. I mean, for goodness sake, look what Chewie tried. Yeah, look what Chewie almost did to fucking Lando. Almost strangled him. I don't want to fuck with
no effort at all.
I don't want to fuck with a Wookiee because I really think they could just.
It's not also like that, but even Han, when he says, "Well, if I were you, I wouldn't mess with the Wookiee."
Yeah,
something along those lines. Yeah, when they're playing chess.
Yeah, when they don't mess with the Wookiee, because the thing is that Wookiee could probably pick you up and pull you to bits, tear you apart. I mean, like a fucking giant fucking like. Almost like beasts, and they can just tear you apart. These are beasts that can use like bolt guns and everything, and they have so much technology. It's just the Empire thought they could just fucking walk over them, which was actually not true.
Exactly. All right, we will be back, guys. We'll be back in about a couple of minutes or so. I'm just gonna go grab a drink of water. all that jazz.
I need to go get a drink of water myself, actually.
Yeah, I can feel it. My throat getting all dry.
Yeah, I know. Plus, I might, while we're on a break, work on a little bit more of this.
Yeah, while we're on a break, I might also work on a little bit of this.
So, for those who aren't aware, I'm working on an Nathan Drake cosplay. If you follow me on my Instagram as well. So I'm doing the journal at the moment, and Techie's actually doing me the Perbian dagger from Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. And then once this is done, I'll be moving on to Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, and making the journal from that one. And then once I've made that, he and I are going to do a trade.
We're going to announce it now anyway, because we've already discussed this before we go on our break. When the Uncharted movie comes out, me and Talon, we are both on that show. We're going to do our sit-down review on it, and it's going to be full-on spoiler, but we're going to sit down, do a spoiler review in our Nathan Drake cosplays.
So I'll be from number 2, and either Techie will be from the 4th game or the 3rd game.
I'll be the 3rd one.
You the 3rd one?
It's got a lot more stuff.
Yeah, it does. It's funny to do. Like, the one thing I'm worried about with the Uncharted movie is, I don't know. I want it to be good. I want it to be really good. I just hope it's good. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to be good because I love Uncharted, and I think a lot of people know. I think the producer and the director, especially Tom Holland, they know a lot of people love this game so much. I mean, seriously, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, by far is one of the best ones out of the series. I love 2. No, I'm playing 2 at the moment, but I will always love number 4 because of just how it gave Drake his happy ending.
Yeah. Not only that, dude, you're forgetting the main thing here.
Yeah.
You got to play a bit of Crash in the game.
Yeah, I know. Did you ever beat that?
Yeah.
I never could beat it. I never could win. Because I played the original Crash, but I love the Insane Trilogy version. The original game, oh god, it is clunky.
Yeah.
And you don't play.
I loved that. I fangirled hard when you turned on Crash
because it's a Naughty Dog game, and it's also one of their all-time greats. It's what made Naughty Dog, a household name.
Yeah. So we will be in our cosplays then when the movie comes out.
Hell yeah.
I know we're jumping the gun there, but we've already made that decision. There's no way in hell that we would not be doing it.
We're still going to do it even if the movie's good or bad, because honestly, it'll make me feel better if it's a bad movie. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it is going to be a good movie. I'm putting trust in Tom Holland because I love him as Spidey, but I really hope that they do well with him as Drake, because I've seen what the costume looks like. It is pretty much the first game. It's the first costume he wears in the first game, the first outfit.
Not really.
Yeah, I think it was. It's the white shirt.
The white shirt he wears a green shirt in the first one. The white shirt is Uncharted 3, dude.
What? No, it wasn't. No, the first game was not a green shirt. Was it a green shirt?
I thought it was.
No, it's never a green shirt. He wore a white shirt when he goes to the island looking for El Dorado.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. I just played it yesterday.
There was one point though he had like a green sweater type looking shirt though, didn't he?
Maybe in 2 when he wears a jacket.
Could be.
That's in 4. Remember when he's with his brother? He's wearing a green jacket in 4.
I just remember. Anyway, doesn't matter.
We'll be back. We'll be back, guys. We say we're going to go on a break and we talk even longer.
Right. We do.
All right.
All right.
See you guys in a few.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right, and we're back. Oh, let me change that background back to the way it was.
Oh God.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So before we continue on, I just wanted to tell you guys as well that with regards to Smallville. Now, if you haven't got them on DVD and you're in Australia, you can stream it for free on 7 Plus right now, all 10 seasons.
I've only been notified about this now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about that, actually.
I forgot to mention it, yeah.
Oh.
So 7 Plus is a free streaming service of Channel 7 here in Australia. However, because it's free, you will have to watch it with ads. That's the only downside.
That's like I'm watching actual television.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Smallville in Australia finished at season 3 and then came back for the last couple of episodes of the final.
What the fuck? Seriously?
Yep.
Oh, I remember that, actually. Why didn't they premiere the other seasons?
It's the same as why didn't they finish Arrow here in Australia? Let's be honest. Channel 9 picked it up, pushed it back, and pushed it back, and pushed it back, and pushed it back, and yet they kept putting on the fucking block instead.
I know, it's just... I really don't understand Australian television. I don't.
Neither do I.
Australian television is weird.
It is. It is. Now that that's done, do you want to get into the updates about the stuff we were talking about the other night on our Supernova talk?
Yeah, so we were going to provide you with updates. Since I'm the Supernova guy, I've been the one that's been doing on the front line. Techie, do you want to do it full screen for me? Then you can jump in. Jump in and do some input in that, because there are some things that I do know that I haven't told you yet. Yeah, I've got some stuff. I haven't been able to tell you that because Dead Set. I fucking forgot. I've been busy today. Actually, no, Dead Set.
I say, well, keep it here because that way you can see my reaction.
Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, I have been told from sources. I have my sources on my. Give me a second.
Now, before you go ahead, are we allowed to bring
this
stuff out? Cool.
Yeah. So some of the stuff I won't be able to say names, of course, because privacy and stuff like that. When my phone wants to cooperate with me, hold on. So first and foremost, I have another thing as well, is that the owner of Supernova has actually deactivated his Facebook, meaning that the owner actually has completely gone offline.
Off the grid. He's off the grid.
He's off the grid. That is for a good reason. Can actually confirm that Supernova have lost. I actually have a list of their sponsors.
One I was going to mention now is QBD.
QBD is a big one.
So they made a post a couple of days ago with the announcement, says here, as a long-standing exhibitor at Supernova Comic-Con and gaming events, it is with regret that we announce we will no longer continue to attend. We have recently been made aware of an event, and we thank those of you who have brought this to our QBD Books strives to be an inclusive retailer and pop culture community. And the pop culture community we see attending the events every year reflects that. Unfortunately, with the recent events, we feel that our core values no longer align with that of Supernova or the values of our followers. Consequently, we are pulling out of all events effective immediately. While we have been a featured exhibitor over the past few years, we have not been a sponsor of the event since 2019.
You know what? That's actually, that's the thing.
And have asked that our logo be removed. Now, here's the thing. Once again, this is the second company that says they haven't been a sponsor since 2019.
Avcom was another one as well.
Avcom, when we got told the other night during the show.
yeah, we doing the show on that. And another thing as well, so I actually have a list of the companies that have actually, the vendors and the sponsors that have actually not participating with anything Supernova anymore. So I can confirm now, Domino's has officially left. I can confirm that now because I've been told. QBD, as we said, Level Up Dice have left.
Yep.
Lumen's Workshop as well. Gestalt Comics as well. Avcon have left as well. I also can confirm two of the two cosplay ambassadors, Breathlessness Cosplay and also Giorgio Costumes. Both cosplay ambassadors have actually officially left Supernova. They are no longer cosplay ambassadors. All of the MC staff have left. Every single member of the MC staff have left. Every single one of them, including Quinny, Scott, Beck, Ben. We have Bruce from AV Technical HOD, so he's from the tech guys. Also, I have statement from Giorgio Cosplay. It's a very long one. It's on my story, so I'm definitely go check it out. It's on my highlights as well. So that's Talon Cosplay. That's my Instagram page where I've been reporting on this whole situation. And this whole situation has been insane. And it is still getting worse for Supernova because now that the owner's gone and deactivated his Facebook, they have gone completely silent. They have not said a word. Like, you go to their Facebook page right now and
the
you
last
look
thing
at
was
their apology
post.
from 3 days ago. It's been 3 days since their apology and they have done nothing. Like, people still comment on this post every single day. Like, most recently, there was a new comment as of 7 hours ago. And the thing is, it's going to keep happening. It will keep happening because what Supernova have done is irresponsible and they have absolutely failed as a company. And the thing is, you go look at their they haven't even updated their website. Like, today was meant to be the second to last day of Perth, and that never happened. Brisbane's meant to be happening, and then Melbourne's happening on the 1st of April next year. Same thing with Gold Coast. They have not, for now. They actually have not updated their website as well. They've actually not updated it because I think that they are in massive trouble. I'm going to check out their sponsors list because their sponsors list is probably not good because no one's updated his website. So the major sponsors, out of their major sponsors, one of them have left. QBD have actually left. The rest of them are still there. So Disney's still there, Marvel, Nickelodeon, Singer, AEL. Allegedly. So supporting sponsors and media partners. So Lumen's Workshop have gone. I can confirm also that ZQ Racing have officially departed as well. I've been told that. Avcon are not part of it anymore. And yeah, that's what we know so far. Level Up Dice have gone as well.
Yep.
The big one for me really was QBD because they're huge. They're one of their major sponsors.
Hey, I only bought from them at Supernova.
Yeah.
In March.
Yeah.
Was it March or April?
Yeah, it was April, I believe. No, it was April. It was April when we went there.
Yeah.
That's been the only convention I've been to this year, and then a few months later, I'm now even considering not even going to Brisbane Supernova because of this.
Yeah.
I don't want to give a company any money. That's why I'm literally thinking about either just going there and just to see friends and not even bothering about going inside the goddamn con hall. Because why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I go inside and support Supernova for what they've done? Like, seriously, there are people in the comments who are like, "Oh, they've done nothing wrong." I'm like, "You kidding me? Like,
they have done so much wrong."
Yeah, everything they've done wrong is just like, how do you mess up this badly? I'm sorry. How the hell do you mess this up? Like, you have to be the most dumbest person on earth to think that, you know, that this was the right thing to do when it bloody wasn't. Give me a second. Sorry. It astounds me how quickly you go from being on top as a company, as a freaking media company, to now being absolutely despised by everybody.
Yeah.
Well, they are. They are now despised by nearly every single person in the pop culture community.
majority of the cosplay community want nothing to do with Supernova anymore because of, I'm sorry, again, they have failed. They failed us. They failed to protect people. They failed to even act. Like, it took Supernova 2 days to actually remove a known, like, a store holder that had Nazi and fascist freaking symbolism. How the hell do you do that? You have to be the most dumbest person on earth to actually think that's going to actually be right.
Yeah, exactly.
It just sucks because I always look forward to going to Supernova every year because, well, I go to see my friends.
Yeah, that was me too.
Now I don't know if I even want to. Now I'm never going to go anymore because fuck that. I don't want to give them money.
No, neither do I.
I only go there to see my friends, and I'll fucking lobbycon it. But even then, they're trying to cancel that, and I'm like, why? Like, seriously, I'm literally allowed to hang outside the hall because I don't want to go in because I've got no reason. Also, the thing is, sorry, I'll get worked up again if we get into this because I got worked up on the friggin' when we did our full-on special episode about it.
Yeah, I was listening to it earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty tough because
it's been a very tough subject for us to really talk about, considering how much we love and adore that place.
I love going there every year because I get to see my friends, and I got so happy when I went to go Supernova this year, and then to find out that they allowed this guy to actually get into the convention. It breaks my freaking heart because I'm like, wait a minute, how did this happen? How did they let this guy in? Like, this can't be right. This can't be right.
No, it can't be right.
They did it, and it's the owner's fault, and their apology was weak, and the owner is a scumbag, and pardon my French. Fuck Supernova. I'm done with them.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Supernova sucks.
Yeah. And the thing is that even the owner literally says, "Oh yeah, cancel culture sucks." I have all those sources as well. The fact is that even Supernova's going to court over this, allegedly.
Allegedly going to court.
Allegedly going to court. I've been told that as well, but again, it's alleged.
Just seeing something that's strange, that's all.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I'm not sure how accurate Comic Book Movie is as a source. But allegedly, trailer 1 for Spider-Man is expected to arrive sometime in July.
So next month?
Yep.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, sorry.
No, that's. Please let that be true because I want to see that trailer. I freaking do, man. Like, oh my god, I need my Spider-Man. I need my fix. I need my Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Now, while we're on the talk of rumors, then, do you want to talk about the rumor that I told you last night after the show?
Oh, what was that again? I can't bloody remember.
We are supposedly getting a Ghost of Tsushima mini sequel rumored for the PS5 this year called Ghost of Ikishima.
So completely different. So as you who are unaware, I freaking love Ghost of Tsushima. Literally should have won Game of the Year because it was that good. But Last was Part 2 won it. That's another story for another day.
Disagree.
Yeah, I loved it. It's such a great.
Sorry, we lost you there, mate. Yeah.
Oh, did you lose me there? Okay, sorry about that. I loved
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was such a great freaking game, combat-wise. Everything about it was just perfect for me.
Yeah.
As a fan
everything.
Yeah, as a fan of classic Japan, of classic samurai movies, this was the best. This is what Assassin's Creed should be.
Oh, it's like I 100% agree on that. I mean, look, I like Valhalla. I don't love it.
Yeah, I like the look of it, but it's not my cup of tea because it just doesn't feel like
what Assassin's Creed was. I
No.
remember when Assassin's Creed was just, it was a hack and slash game. You're an assassin. You get to kill whatever you want. You literally are a killing machine. That was the whole point of it. It was an action adventure with a hack and slash. But then they made it an RPG, and
they've lost their way.
Yeah, I think they started losing their way around Unity.
Yes, I agree.
Because Unity was a strange one. Also, it was unfinished. The game was buggy at launch.
It was buggy at launch.
And then they tried to redeem it with Syndicate, but Syndicate wasn't my favorite. Syndicate's actually not my favorite at all. I have not played Assassin's Creed Origins. I've heard a lot of good things about Assassin's Creed Origins. A lot of people really liked it. And Odyssey, a lot of people really liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey because it was just really cool. But Valhalla just feels, I don't know, it feels stale to me. I like
Odyssey was pretty much the start of what Valhalla would be.
Yeah. He said Valhalla actually has some of the worst microtransactions I've ever seen from a big, massive company. That's it for me.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah. I always will love Assassin's Creed from the originals. I love Black Flag. Black Flag is still always will be my favorite. It is one of the best out of the old.
I don't know, dude. Assassin's Creed 2.
See, Assassin's Creed 2, I love it, but it's not my. I love 4 because of how everything was just improved. Also, it's got. You're a fucking pirate, man. You get to fucking fight on the 7 seas, and it's just you can jump from the top. You can fucking jump from the top of your ship to dive into the water, and it's just you can literally use dual swords, and you use 4 pistols at the same. You can use 4 pistols in succession to kill 4 enemies.
Yeah.
You also have dual hidden blades. You have all these weapons in that, and like you're telling me that, like, I laugh when people are like, oh yeah, Ezio could beat Edward, and I'm like. Edward has like 4 pistols. What does Ezio have? A little hand cannon hidden underneath there, and it's like old design. Also, Ezio is dead anyway.
Yeah. But back on Ghost, so on this. So this rumor is coming from a Twitter user under the name of Xbox Era, co-founder Chipshell_Nick, who's accurately leaked a few projects in the past over a series of tweets and replies. Nick claimed the Ghost of Ikishima is an expand-alone type game, roughly the size of Spider-Man Miles Morales, aiming for a 2021 release, presumably on PS5 and likely also PS4, given Sony's redoubled plans for cross-generation releases.
Because they're not getting rid of... Because originally they were going to stop a lot of PS4 games, but since with the whole stock shortage of the PS5, they doubled down on that.
Yeah. Altogether, this is a wildly and unsupported claim and should be treated as such. However, a game of this description would make sense for a few reasons. Firstly, it's very plausible that Sony and Sucker Punch would push out a smaller game bearing the Ghost of Tsushima name to beef up the PS5's library in its first year, just as Insomniac Games did with Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS5 launch.
I still have not played Miles Morales yet.
It's fantastic. The rumored Ghost of Ikishima would, in theory, oh no, what have I done here? Lost the article.
Oh dear.
Would, in theory, introduce the IP to the PS5, and assuming it's a cross-gen release, given the game's large PS4 audience, something else to buy. It would also tide the PS5 over while it waits on sequels to other PS4 big hitters, like God of War Ragnarok, which was recently delayed till next year.
Yeah, I'm still a bit annoyed by that, but I can kind of understand with that.
Yeah. We also know that Sucker Punch is by no means done with the Ghost of Tsushima IP. It released a full-fat multiplayer mode called Legends not long after the game came out. And there's already a Ghost of Tsushima movie in development. Clearly, Sony and Sucker Punch want to build on its success. This comes as no surprise given how well the game reviewed and sold, not to mention Sucker Punch's history of squealizing Sly Cooper and Infamous. This isn't the first time we've heard whispers of Ghost of Tsushima coming to the PS5 in some form.
Is it wrong that I'm actually really excited for if they're going to be doing Sly Cooper stuff, because I'm a huge Sly Cooper fan because well, I played the original when it released back on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted them to return. I would love them to do a freaking like a remaster for PS4 and PS5. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be really cool to have.
Well, allegedly we were supposed to be getting a Sly Cooper movie, and it just never ended up taking off the ground.
No, it didn't.
No, because it's just no one was interested. Because I'm like, why though? It's a great franchise.
It's a fantastic franchise.
It's a great game too.
So that's just take that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how accurate this is, so just stay tuned on that one.
If it ends up being confirmed, because I know for a fact that we've got another State of Play coming soon.
Yeah, so it's rumored that this will make its debut on the next State of Play.
Do we have a date for the next State of Play yet, or no?
I don't believe we do
yet. It happens every 2 months, I believe.
And we just got one for Ratchet.
Yeah, we just got one for Ratchet and Clank. And we just had E3 where they dropped a shit ton of stuff. But, of course, PlayStation weren't there for that. Their partners were. Their partners were there, but, like, again, they weren't there specifically.
Okay, so this is a day ago.
Mm-hmm.
We got a rumor.
A rumor? What we got? You're a good techie.
So there's rumblings of an E3 equivalent PlayStation State of Play event taking place this summer. It's also coming from a reliable leaker, Navtra, who has accurately leaked PlayStation news in the past, as the one that first outed the existence of the supposed State of Play event. They said on June 13th that it would be a couple more weeks, so even if the July 8th date is incorrect, evidence is piling up that the State of Play could be happening next month.
So in July?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was, when was that published?
A day ago.
There you go. So yesterday. Okay. So, well then, I hope they do. Funny that, actually, I was out today when I was in the city. I went to Zing, and I saw a medieval pop vinyl. So Daniel Fortescue was actually a pop vinyl there today. He's brand new.
Oh, sweet. There you go.
Yeah. I almost bought him, but I'm like, another time. I'll buy him eventually, because I don't really buy like many pop vinyls anymore. But I dead set will once I move. Kind of set up a little display area at the back there for that. But figure it out.
Yeah. All right. So we are coming down to the crunch time here of our show.
Yep.
We got 4 more topics to talk about.
Uh-huh.
The next one is about Bam Margera.
Oh boy, this one, Jesus. So, Bam Margera has actually had a 3-year restraining order placed on him by Jeff Tremaine, the director of the Jackass series. Jackass is actually really dear and close to my heart because I love the series. I watched them all. I watched all the specials. I watched all of their series that are in, and it sucks because it's not even Jeff's fault. It's freaking Bam's fault. Bam has gone completely off the end, and Bam.
We lost you there, bud. We lost you there.
Oh goodness, what's going on?
We lost you there.
Oh, hang on a second. Oh, yeah.
So the last thing we heard from you was near and dear to our heart, to my heart.
Hang on, let me.
That was the last thing we heard from you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Okay. The one thing I love Jackass so much. It's one of my favorite series, and the thing that hurts me the most is the fact is that what Bam did. What Bam did was horrible. He threatened to kill Jess. him and Jeff Tremaine's family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is because Bam's going completely off the deep end, and he's like, I don't know what's going on with him. He says he's sober, but then he's not sober. And like the thing is, he doesn't want anyone's help anymore. Like the thing is,
he's pushed him away.
He's pushed him away. He's pushed away Steve-O. He's pushed away all the Jackass crew. And Johnny, yeah, even hates Johnny. And I'm like, how the hell can you hate Johnny Knoxville? Like, Johnny tried to help him. Johnny has stated numerous times that he tried so hard to freaking help him.
Yeah, it says here, Knoxville actually told Digital Spy that he just wanted the best for his friend. In quotes here from Johnny, we want Bam to be happy and healthy and get the help he needs. We tried to push that along. I think that's all I really want to say about it. I don't want to get into a public back and forth with Bam. Yeah. I just want him to get better, which is true. I mean, look, we had Bam. I mean, we got Jackass 4 coming.
Yeah, which is coming. It is actually filming.
And he has been in the movie a little bit with what they got. Then something's happened from here on in. He started drinking, I think.
Yeah,
he went off the deep end again while filming, and the studio got involved, told him he can't come back. And I think that's what's come to this point.
And he literally threatened a guy that he's worked with for years. Like, he's worked with Jeff Evans since they did the MTV series of Jackass. So here's the thing.
Was Jeff a part of Viva La Bam?
I'm not 100% sure if he was a producer of that. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm assuming he probably was a producer.
I'm not 100% sure. I have to double check that. But the thing is, without Jeff Tremaine, Bam Margera would still be making freaking like skateboard videos in freaking Westchester. He would have never got that fame for Jackass. But the thing is, he was already doing stuff in Westchester with Ryan and Rab and that and Rake Young. And the thing is, I'm noticing as well a lot with some of the behind the scenes photos I've seen of Jackass 4, especially with you. I follow Steve-O on his channel.
He's changed an awful lot in a good way.
He's changed in a good way. He has gone completely sober. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He's just doing crazy stunts, man. My God. He does crazy fucking shit. But the thing is, that's just what he loves to do. And the thing is, you look at Bam, and I'm like, Bam is still living in the past. The guy has not grown up. He's still living in the past.
I think losing his best friend and brother hasn't helped at all.
No, it hasn't. The thing is, I reckon Ryan would have wanted him to move on with his life. But the thing is, he just can't let go.
No. He can't let go.
It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since Ryan passed away.
Did he die in 2011, did he?
Yes, he did. Died in 2011. Wow. It's been 10 years.
Wow.
Because Steve-O posted on his thing an anniversary because it's a really sad thing with Steve-O. His mum is actually born on the same day as Ryan. So whenever Ryan has his birthday, his mum has a birthday as well. So, yeah, he is still very upset, especially with Ryan and that, because Ryan was his best friend. And, even Johnny said when they did the tribute to Ryan, they said, he said, I really wish he wasn't drinking that night. Because Ryan was drunk when he was driving that car. And it was really, really sad, too, because, again, he did have a drinking problem. And I truly do believe that it was going to kill him. And, it's not even just that. There was another guy who died in the car as well, Zach Hardwell. Yeah. He died in that car crash as well. He was a producer for Jackass.
But he just gets looked over all the time.
And it sucks because I really wish he wouldn't. Because even when April Margera actually jumped in on the friggin' on the tribute, it's just even though it was very sad when Ryan died, there's also another guy there too, Zach Hardwell. Zach Hardwell was a lovely man. He was an absolutely beautiful guy. And the thing is, afterwards, this whole thing, Hardwell's family actually sued Dunn's family. They sued them and for an undisclosed amount of money. It was a very traumatic time. I remember seeing the video of Bam actually going out to the crash site and just...
Yeah, I saw that too, yeah.
He just broke down. He broke down. I mean, I've heard stuff from him when one night he was just making holes in the freaking in his trailer and he found out what happened. He found out what happened to Dunn and he lost it.
Oh, yeah.
He was broken, and I feel like he's never gonna be the same.
No, he'll never be the same.
Because when Ryan died, Bam's chance of ever coming back to Jackass died.
Yeah.
And he was allegedly meant to be part of it. I just wish that whatever happened.
Well, as I said, he was a part. He has been a part of this Jackass 4 until something's happened and he started to drink again. Maybe it's because it might have been the lead up to Ryan.
Thing is, I think that Bam is not ready to be part of Jackass, not for another few more years, because look, I know it's been 10 years, but like losing the guy that you grew up with for years, like
his brother,
really, and him losing him like that still hurts. It still hits close to home. And everyone's just like, you have to move on. You have to do this, not just for yourself, but also for your kid, because he has a child. He has a little boy.
He's got kids, yeah.
He's got a kid and he's married. And the thing is, he goes away all the time and doesn't spend that much time with his kid.
Yeah.
I understand that he has a very important lifestyle, but like, dude, you need to sober up. Because seriously, you think Ryan would want you to be drinking all the time, especially with a kid? No, freaking like Ryan used to get really mad at Brandon Novak whenever he used to come back to his house, either high as a kite or drunk as anything. And look what happened to Brandon Novak. Novak has completely changed his whole lifestyle. He's sober. He's clean. He's trying to live a clean lifestyle, and it works. If it can work for Brandon and it can work for Steve-O, why can't it work for Bam? Seriously, Brandon and Steve-O have all tried to help him. It's like he just doesn't want to listen.
No, I don't think he does.
I'm going to go see Jackass 4.
Hell yeah, I'll be there. Because I want to see his stuff as well that he's done. I want to see that because I can bet you now there's going to be a lot of tributes for Ryan in this one.
Absolutely, because this was the film. This was what made him famous.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of, like, seriously, when still remember when I remember when it was in 3.5, Jeff and that were talking, like, when everyone's like nailing stunts and we want someone to fail, we just get Ryan.
Yeah.
They just get Ryan. Like, do you remember the part where they're surfing on the barrels?
Yeah.
You know what Ryan did? Friggin' jumped and like just nearly took himself out, like nearly knocked himself out.
I've heard rumors about the title.
Yeah.
And it's corny. It's corny, but it's a nice tribute, I think.
Is it called Jackass 4 We're Not Done Yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that, because I swear to God, if they do that, I know for a fact that Bam is going to cause a fucking firestorm.
Yeah, I probably would. But at the same time, though, like, it's a nice tribute. He would like that. He'd find that funny.
Of course he would, because, again, I would love it if they do a tribute. They can't just call it Jackass 4, and they can't just ignore Ryan, because, again, Ryan is a central part of
the crew.
Of the crew. He's one of the original members. Like, he's the only one out of the members to actually pass away, sadly.
Yeah. I think we've had others, but not out of the main.
Not out of the main cast. Like, we've had other members pass away very sadly. I don't really know. I think it's just some like members of the crew and stuff like that. It is very, very sad.
Yeah.
But I remember we need to move on, because it's very sad, because I love Bam and I really love Jackass.
Yeah, I love Bam and Jackass as well.
Same.
All right, but we're going to move into something a little bit more upbeat here. It's kind of cool. Xbox guys, I hate you. Like, I really want with all the Bethesda stuff, but you're getting a brand new controller that looks really sick here, and it's in conjunction with it's in correlation with Warner Brothers with the new Space Jam movie,
the new Legacy. Yeah, I've seen a controller.
I'm gonna screen share this. So this is what. Also, you've only seen one.
I've only seen one. Wait, there's another? Oh wow! Oh, dude, I love that one on the right. Like all the like technology and stuff like that. That looks so okay. So you've got the one for the Toon Squad, then you've got the Goon Squad, which I find hilarious, and then you've got the one for all like all the AI stuff, and that looks really. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say now. I'm jealous of Xbox owners now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really jealous. Really jealous.
I am too. Oh,
you guys are so lucky with having Bethesda, and now these controllers, they look beautiful.
They look great. They really do. So like that's it. Yeah, fuck you guys. I want an Xbox now. I'm stuck with this. Look at this. I'm stuck with this damn thing. I'm stuck with this thing.
You know I have a DualSense, don't you?
No one cares, Jackie. Shut up.
It's a running gag, everyone. I just have to every couple of days just
remind me that you've got to. Yeah, I'm gonna get one, but I'm not gonna get it from CEX.
No, we're not gonna get one from CEX. No. But no, I want that controller majorly, and I've said to you, I really want to get an Xbox now. After their E3.
Yeah, after the E3 show, I am that tempted to just get an Xbox Series X because, come on, do you blame me?
I mean, it's not only that, but PlayStation need to pick up their game with their old games as well.
No, like, they need to. Like, yeah.
You know, Xbox here is crushing it with Game Pass.
Yeah, Zach.
You know,
they are crushing it.
PlayStation need to have their own server of this too. Like, it needs to happen.
Yeah,
it really needs to happen.
Yeah, it does, because they can't just keep ignoring the player base. Because if they keep ignoring the player base, what's going to happen? The PlayStation's going to literally
they're going to lose this next gen. Yeah,
they're going to lose the next generation. Like, come on, guys! Like, step it up, or go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Period. Like, you step it up, or you just go home, and yeah, that'll be it for them. That's all she wrote.
Yeah. But while we're on the while we are on the gaming topics, this is our second last topic for the night, and I know you really want to talk about it.
Is this what I think it is?
Yeah. So there has been a major breach in security with Square Enix and Marvel's Avengers. You know, as soon as you think they're getting better with that game, they come back full swinging with another fuck up.
So I got this report from Young Yao. He is another content creator, a very big one. And if you own a copy of the Avengers, like of Marvel's Avengers on PS5, I don't know if it's on any other console or something like that. I'll need to double check my sources. But if you have a PS5 copy, or even just on any other console, please stop playing it for now. I don't know if they've updated it, but there was a very bad bug on the Avengers game that actually leaked your IP address. I wish I wasn't kidding. Square Enix let this happen. They actually let this happen, and they said they were going to fix it in 24 hours at the time I saw this report a few days ago. We've only going to be able to report on it now, but we are still going to continue this message that if it is still happening, this is a very serious breach of... This is a security breach. This could potentially leak your information to hackers.
I'm just checking now.
Yeah, check it up, because I don't know if they've actually fixed it. I hope they have, because they can't just ignore it.
So this was 4 days ago, coming from The Verge. Marvel's Avengers bug that showed IP addresses on the screen for PS5 players is now fixed.
Okay, so they actually fixed it. Thank God. But that shouldn't have happened. How the hell did that happen?
So the developers of Marvel's Avengers have released a new patch that fixes a bug, fixes a bad bug for PS5 players that showed their IP address on the screen. Having your IP address on display poses a particular problem for streamers and people trying to record gameplay of the game, as your IP address can be used to glean glean a lot of information about you.
It can actually leak where you live.
Your location. I
Yep.
mean, for me, one of the toughest things for me would be, this show. On top of that, all of my like my whole house, my whole house could be taken over.
You could literally be at home and someone could turn off all your lights and open all your doors and stuff like that.
Yep.
And like you would have to, like you see the point here. Like if you are streaming and your IP address is shown on the screen, and someone who is watching your stream is a hacker, that's it. That's how they get in.
You don't even need to be a good hacker to get it, because you get the information.
Yep, exactly, and that's how you find it.
Yep. So Square Enix is lucky that they've done it. A quick fix on that.
Still, it shouldn't have taken 24 hours. They should have fixed it immediately, in my opinion.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
But that it takes time to patches and bugs and all that stuff. So
it does. I agree. But I think as well, let's move on. There is one more topic. So I actually had almost forgot about this. But oh
no, so yes, technically we've got two more topics, because you want to talk about something we mentioned earlier in the show.
I need to talk about this. So, does anyone remember Batman Forever? The movie came out years ago, directed by Joel Schumacher, stars Val Kilmer as Batman, Bruce Wayne, Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Dent, Two-Face, Chris O'Donnell as Dick Grayson, Robin, Nicole Kidman as Dr. Meridian Chase, and of course Jim Carrey famously played Edward Nygma, the Riddler. So there is a campaign at the moment right now to release the Schumacher cut. So everyone knows about the Snyder cut. There actually is a darker cut of Schumacher's Batman Forever. It's a very different type of take on the film. It's much more darker and it's much more psychological. And it's interesting as well, because I would actually love to see this cut of this film, because the producer of Batman Forever, the man that actually wrote it, he has seen the cut of the film. He said it was really good. And the thing is, I would love to see it, because it would not only would be a great thing to see, but also would be an honorable thing to actually get Joel Schumacher's work shown. Out there. Because sadly, Schumacher did pass away last year. He died of cancer, very, very sadly. It was very, very tragic as well, because I know a lot of people gave Joel Schumacher a lot of crap for Batman and Robin. So very, very sad. He passed away 22nd of June, 2020. He sadly passed away. He sadly passed away. He passed away. He died of cancer, very sadly. So June 22nd, 2020, Schumacher died from cancer. Following his death, he was praised by Jim Carrey and Matthew McConaughey, who credited Schumacher with launching their careers. So the thing is, like the filmography that he's got. So he directed St. Elmo's Fire. He also directed The Lost Boys as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Schumacher film. Not a lot of people know that, actually. Well, some fans of the movies. He also directed Flatliners, directed Batman Forever, of course. He directed The Babysitter. Oh, no, he was an executive producer. A Time to Kill. Yeah, he directed A Time to Kill. He also did, of course, Batman and Robin. Everybody knows about that. 8mm, he did that as well. Bad Company. He did Phone Booth. He also did 2004, The Phantom of the Opera.
Yep.
He also has done other things as well. He's also been a costume designer as well for a lot of things back in the 70s. He also did television shows. He directed music videos. He did music videos for In Excess. He did one for Lenny Kravitz. He did one for Seal from Kiss from a Rose for Batman Forever. He also did The Smashing Pumpkins and Bush and The Killing Floor. His last ever film he ever directed was actually called Trespass in 2011. It's a Schumacher film starring Nicolas Cage and Nicole Kidman. It is the last film to be directed by Joel Schumacher before his death, June 22nd, 2020. It actually wasn't that. It was actually panned by critics, sadly. It's got 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it is the last movie he ever directed. A lot of people really loved Batman Forever. I'm actually a big fan of Batman Forever. Like I'm not a big fan of Batman and Robin, to be honest, but allegedly
I am for a guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah, for a guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there is meant to be a different cut of the movie. Now, a lot of people want this film, they want that cut of the film. I want that cut of the film.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it too.
I'm all for it too.
I'm loving this new age we're living in, where there are, directors are coming out, with, campaigns to restore things, of their own work.
Yes,
I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm all for the Schumacher cut. We're now having one. We now got this whole campaign going for Aragon, which I'm a huge advocate for.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like that series needs to be definitely reignited. I mean, come on, it's time. The last time that was done was 2006.
Yeah, the last time that was done really was 2006, and I really want a cut of that movie. I really believe.
I don't want a cut of that movie. I want a whole new.
Kind of like with Zack Snyder's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you guys really want a Schumacher cut, please let us know, because I honestly would love a cut of the movie, because I think it's a great film that needs to be seen in the light.
No,
it does.
I completely agree. All right, so we're on to our last one.
Yeah, on to our last one for this evening. Oh man, we're already at the end. Oh,
yeah,
man.
We're gonna leave it on a happy note. So let's talk about the Suicide Squad trailer.
It was so good. So we now know who they're facing. It's Starro. It's a classic Teen Titans villain.
Yep.
It's also a classic Justice League villain as well, and it's actually really cool. So it looks to be like a giant Starro can breathe out hundreds of these of Starros. I'm actually really cool to see that with Starro, because I'm sorry, I like Starro, because there's a comic book where an actual Starro becomes Robin.
Yeah, I remember that. I loved that we got to see more of Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a superhero. Just throws polka dots.
Harley Quinn, obviously fantastic, wearing her classic outfit,
which I'm very happy by. Like, sorry guys, sorry I'm late. I had to take a number 2. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm loving the red and black outfit.
I always appreciated the red and black outfit. Why did it take this long to get a red and black outfit?
You're telling me, mate. You're telling me. Like, I would have thought we would have got that in the last movie, like in her last movie, like
in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I like a lot of the costumes in Birds of Prey.
Oh, I liked it too, but I would have thought, because it was mostly a Harley Quinn film, I would have thought we would have gotten her red and black outfit.
I agree. I really wish we would have got that, but unfortunately we didn't get that. But we got a bunch of other outfits that I actually really liked as well.
Yeah, no, I liked it. But tell me some of your favorite moments in this trailer.
Just I love Bloodsport more than I like Deadshot, because here's the thing, and this is why I've always hated Amanda Waller. I think she's just one of the most evilest characters. Like, I find her more evil than Darkseid, because she's literally willing to manipulate people, even superheroes, to get her way. And I really loved how in this trailer he literally he was gonna kill her, like, because she threatened his daughter. I'm like, you threatened my daughter, and she's just like, I wouldn't go to the absolute extreme if this mission wasn't important. I'm like, I was just waiting for him to kill her. Like, I was waiting for him to actually murder her right there.
Yeah.
And I would have called for it. But at the same time, though, I know what she's doing. And another thing as well is, like, you know for a fact that Bloodsport's going to do it, but they're going to put the fucking bombs in their necks as well. Actually, it's not even in their necks anymore. They put them in their spinal cord.
Yeah.
Just to make sure they can't get
to
them.
I love some of the stuff like, the deal: successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years of your sentence. You fail to follow my orders in any way, I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull. Any questions? Hand.
Yes, that is your hand.
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
I also love this trailer.
We're all going to die. I hope so. For fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I really loved also as well with when they're on the radio, like, Ratatouille, what do you got? Burb. I also find it still hilarious that the fact is that that King Shark is voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, me too.
I'm keen for that because I love Sylvester Stallone so much. But no, this is a great trailer. I'm so excited for this movie because I've always have been. I'm just really happy with it. It looks good. It looks fucking nicely set up. I love the costumes. I love the characters. I love John Cena. He's just like Project Starfish. That's a slang term for butthole. Is there a connection? I'm like, all of them look at him, especially Amanda Waller just looks and went, no.
No.
I'm just like, man, you're on a right. Like, seriously, he has to be like. Remember in the last trailer, he's like, if that entire beach was full of dicks and I had to suck every single one of them in the name of freedom, I would do it. I'm like, yeah, John Cena is great. Also, I've jumped on James Gunn's Instagram. He did most of the ad-libbing for this.
Yeah.
So he did most of it. John Cena just knows how to do it. Though it's really good. It's really sad though because John Cena has gone from like Suicide Squad and then he just did Fast 9, and I know a lot of people didn't like Fast 9.
No, I've heard bad things too.
Yeah, I know. I need to. My sister and Annette went to go see it. Like I said to you last time, my sister's a huge Fast and Furious fan, and she said it just didn't feel like the original Fast and Furious because one thing happens in that movie that makes me believe that I know where it's going, and I am terrified of where it is going. It is meant to be a car film, not a freaking Star Wars. It's gonna be fucking. It's like they're gonna be like in space, and freaking Toretto's gonna be like, "Man, I need to get Saturn. Hit the NAS." As he's screaming at them.
Also run in less than 12 parsecs.
Oh god! And then you see freaking Toretto in like a freaking like spaceship that looks like a Dodge Charger. He's like drifting around the planets, going, "Family." I'm sorry. I have made so many Vin Diesel memes about Fast and Furious over the years because I just every single line is just about it's either about doing this or doing that or about fucking family. Like I loved it when it's just like, you don't turn your back on the family, and I'm like, so you survive based on like. And the funny thing is in this trailer in Fast 5. In Fast 9, literally, Tyrese Gibson character's just like, how do we survive all this shit? It's like we're superheroes. I'm just like, I'll fucking believe it. You guys are literally superheroes. The shit you survive. I mean, come on, like catching people with cars. Try and do that in real life. See what happens to your body. You will die.
I know.
Like,
but look,
yeah,
I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Especially with Suicide Squad and John Cena being Peacekeeper.
However,
what are you concerned about?
Well, we got these fantastic trailers with the last Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, I remember.
And look how that turned out.
Yeah, it's not my favorite film.
No. So that's what I'm a bit concerned about.
Remember, though, we got really fantastic trailers with Deadpool and Aquaman and stuff like that, and they turned out brilliantly.
That's true.
And
it's
also, I trust the director because the director...
I trust the director. But I also trusted David Ayer.
Yeah, but
and we know there is another cut out there. We know that there is a cut out.
But the thing is they won't show it because DC doesn't want to fucking show it because DC sucks. But the thing is as well, I trust James Gunn more than David Ayer. Yeah, I trust James Gunn more than David Ayer because his thing, I've actually
See, James Gunn actually does Q&A stuff on his Instagram, and he tells the truth. Whatever people ask, he'll tell it, and he tells everything about Suicide Squad. One of the people's questions, and I found it really cool. Like, was everything in the trailer like exactly how it was filmed? James Gunn literally gave a full-on breakdown. He's like, "Yep, everything that you see in the trailers is exactly what I filmed. I didn't make any freaking cuts. Nothing was left on the cutting floor. I wanted this movie to be the best Suicide Squad movie that I could ever do." And seriously, if he's literally saying that on his public platform, I think I've got every single reason to believe him.
Yeah, no, definitely then.
I mean, for goodness sake, look at Guardians. Guardians was amazing.
Exactly. I'm not saying I don't trust him because I trust him. It's just I don't trust the company.
No, I don't trust DC as well. I just hope that they don't stick their hands into this. I think they've learned their freaking lesson because, come on, look what happened with their first DC movies. They all were just met with they all were met with criticism, especially Batman vs Superman. They were riding on Batman vs Superman being this best one, but it just was a mess when they first released. Like,
it's because they didn't want it to be so long.
Yeah. Let me give you an example of how to make Techie cringe. The actual cut of Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
What movie's that?
Exactly. How about the Ultimate Edition?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, make it better. Now, if you want to make Techie maybe try and kill me, Whedon cut.
Whedon cut. I went to the midnight screening for that.
I feel so sorry for you. I actually slept, and I went to a day premiere. And
I also went to the midnight screening for the theatrical cut of BVS too.
I actually went to the midnight release for Suicide Squad.
Oh, I see. I didn't do that.
I did it with a friend of mine. I thought it'd be a lot of fun, and well, I was majorly disappointed.
See, my favorite thing that I've gone to, other than Star Wars midnight screenings, because that's a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah.
But my favorite one I've been to would have to be Far From Home.
Actually, my favorite midnight screening of a film.
Mine wasn't a midnight screening. Mine was a premiere. It was like only for press. And I got tickets for that.
My favorite,
because they got a couple of Spidey cosplayers to come in.
I remember that. Yeah,
warm that all up, and I was a part of that, and they gave us free tickets to go see it. So I couldn't say anything
because you were the first person.
Yeah,
because you weren't, because the movie hadn't been released yet.
Yeah. And you're going like, how is it? I'm like,
yeah, I remember that. I wanted you to tell me, but you couldn't. I was just like, fuck.
You're like, you kept pushing, and I'm going, I really want to tell you. Because to me, that's like by far the best Spider-Man movie to date, in my opinion.
You didn't like, did you not like Far From Home?
Far From Home is my favorite. That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were talking about Homecoming.
No, Far From Home.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, Far From Home to me is the best Spider-Man to date.
I really wanted to know more about Mysterio and like what was going on.
Yeah, you were pushing me for that.
I wanted to know because they revealed I only saw so much in the trailers, and I was just like, "What's happening?" But now I've seen it because I went to go see it. I went to go see it day of release, like because I usually go in the morning to go see movies. But my favorite midnight release ever was actually 2012's Avengers.
I didn't go to midnight for that.
I did. I actually went to go see it in the cinemas in Lismore with a bunch of friends of mine when I used to live there. And I remember just how good it was. My jaw was hitting the floor. My jaw was hitting the freaking floor every single time. So I was just blown away by it because I loved it to death.
For me, it was definitely The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah, Force Awakens, man.
Force Awakens midnight screening. Just the atmosphere. The atmosphere was just, it was booming. You know, we had the 501st there. We had, you know, like even to the point there was one of the guys in the 501st that's created a full-size suit of C-3PO. And
because this was the first Star Wars movie we ever had. The first Star Wars movie we ever had in years.
Since 2005.
Yeah.
And that was why I was so happy to go see it the next day because, yeah.
I went from the midnight screening. After the midnight screening finished, I went home, slept, woke up, went and saw it again.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
All right, well,
it's the end of our show.
Yep, it's the end of our show. Make sure you guys come and check us out on our social media channels, which Techie will be displaying right here, right now. So what do we got? Follow us on our Facebook page at the Techie Talon Show. Yes, you do this all the time. It's my turn to read them out. So yeah, follow us on Facebook at the Techie Talon Show, where we post the majority of our updates. And we're live right now to our one viewer there. So hello, or I think they're on that Twitch. Is it our Twitch or is it our Facebook, Techie?
It's our Twitch right now.
Oh, hello. Well, let's flick over to the next one. We've got also follow us on Twitch at Techie Talon Show, where we're also live as well. Hello to our one viewer on Twitch. We appreciate you. And we've got next. Also, we'll go follow our Instagram on the Techie Talon Show, where we have been posting a little bit more lately. More of Techie. And not much as me, because I just go on my cosplay account, just tag videos, and he just mentions me. But you guys can go check us out there. Also, make sure to go check us out on our Twitter as well at Talon_show. I believe that is the right one. Boom. That is my show. It's the show I run there. Just kidding. It's just called the Talon Show because Twitter doesn't like us Techie name being there because it's too long. And also, another thing as well, check us out on our YouTube channel. I was about to say Spotify. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Techie Talon Show, where you guys can go check back on all our former episodes, including our probably our biggest episode we ever done was our Supernova We Need to Talk episode. Go check that out if you want a bit more information about what we were talking about there. Also, check us out on our Spotify at the Techie Talon Show, where you can watch all of our former episodes, including ones that Techie, I think you need to edit a lot of them.
I still do. Yeah.
I know. But you can also check out, if you don't want to go watch our YouTube video, you can also check out our Supernova video there as well. It's uploaded there as well. To date, that's one of our biggest shows we've ever done. We will be doing more specials like that, especially if there's any more controversial things happen with Supernova. If Supernova does go out of business, we're going to do another show about that.
Yeah, exactly.
And judging by from what we know so far with the sponsors actually leaving, we have to wait and see what happens.
It's just the waiting game now, guys.
It's just a waiting game now. It really is. So, that's the best thing I can recommend. So, thank you everybody for coming to watch our show. We appreciate everything the person who comes to either watch us live or actually listen to our show, watches our YouTube videos, watches our Twitch, and just comes to check us out because we're just a small-time little place here. We just like to talk about nerd shit because me and Techie, we love nerd stuff. We love talking about cosplayers. We love talking about everything to do with the pop culture industry. I am really happy that we're 15 episodes in now, and we're so close to reaching.
We're 15 episodes of our main show.
Yeah,
and on top of our other shows that we do on top of it. But yeah.
And honestly, I'm very grateful for all the people who listen back, to all the people who share our show and stuff like that and give us support. It means the world to us, guys. So we appreciate every single one of you.
And to our listeners in Germany.
Yes, we have listeners in Germany. I found that really cool because I was just like, okay, so we've got listeners in Australia, and then you showed me, there's some in America. And I'm like, wait a minute, Germany? Do we appeal to Germans now? I mean, I know I'm a good-looking guy, but, come on. German people. All right, then. I've never ever been to Germany before. I really want to go to Germany.
No. So to our fans in Germany, hello.
Hello. I don't know. How do you say German in how do you say hello in German?
Hello.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
No, it's not.
Let me ask Google. Hold on.
That's hello, good day. I just had a look. It is hello. Hallo.
What does Guten Tag mean?
Guten Tag is hello, good day, or good afternoon. How do you do? Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I just asked if Germans are having a good day when it might be in my time over there. Crap. Sorry. Oh, crap. Hello. I don't speak German. I'm terribly sorry.
Hello.
Are we got a translator? No, it's okay. If they listen to the
And
show,
also
that means
to
they
our
must.
listeners in the States as well. Hey, guys. Hope you're enjoying it.
Hey, guys. Here at 2 hours, what's happening, gang? Freaking, we're wrapping up the show, Jared. You've come at a very, very different time because we're just about to finish up the show for the evening because it is nearly 10 o'clock at night and I have stuff to do.
Exactly. So,
all right then. So
we will catch you guys next week, probably Saturday night, for our Disney Plus recap show of episode 4 of Loki.
Loki. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see Loki. I'm just excited for Wednesday, man, because Wednesdays are actually going to be really awesome. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Make sure you check out all our social media channels that were just displayed here. Excuse me a minute as I facepalm. Oh my goodness, Jared. Thanks everybody.
Yeah, thank you. So we will see you Saturday at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. We'll let you know. Until then, Techie out.
Talon out.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.